Hello everyone, Leah D'Souza here, and thank you so much for logging on to watch my latest video. This is of course the place where I share everything on engaging leadership, powerful communication, and living that high performance lifestyle. Today we are going to be diving into the topic of communication, but before I do that, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. You just click right below on that button, ding 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 ding, and you can make sure that every single week when I put out a new video that you are one of the first to get those tips and tools, so that you could be one of the first to go out there practicing all the amazing tips that I give you in one of those three areas. Did you subscribe? Okay, here you go. Click, bam. Okay, and of course, if you haven't subscribed as yet to my newsletter, because that is actually the first place where I am in touch with my clients, friends, followers, fans. It's on my newsletter. If you'd like to be added to the list, you can drop me a line, send me a message, or just go onto my website and follow the instructions there so that you can get my newsletter every single week. Okay, so we got the administrative stuff out of the way. Today we're covering communication skills in, of course, a very specific area, because I pick a different, very specific area every single week. And this week I'm going to say a word that I'm sure a lot of us are a little tired hearing, but that we're going to hear a lot more about in the coming months. And it's communicating in a COVID world. Coronavirus is a reality, a very sad, tragic reality for many of us, and it is impacting our lives. But we have to learn to live in this new reality. We have to learn again how to master our communication skills within the different scenarios that we now find ourselves in. So why did I decide to do this topic this week? Not because of what is just going on in the news, but earlier this week I was working with a large group of insurance agents, and we were discussing the importance of their image management, as one ways, of course, to emphasize their brand and to connect with their clients. And they are still meeting face to face with their clients because we don't have to as yet. We're not forced to not meet face to face. And when I asked the class, I said, do you know how to greet in this new reality? And the truth is, many of them had some ideas, but they had never actually practiced it. And as you may know, if you've been following me, I love to practice things. I love when things get granular. That's really where I like to help people, is actually to figure out the actual things that they have to do and say, instead of just staying in a world of theory. So we practiced together how they would greet in professional settings and what would be appropriate greetings depending on the type of relationship that they have with the other individuals. So that was my inspiration, because I thought, you know what, if it served them, it perhaps can serve someone else. And there are two scenarios that I'd want to touch on today. One is face-to-face communication, and the other is online communication. So our goal when it comes to communicating in a professional environment, the goal really doesn't change. We want to positively influence the receiver to action. We want to build rapport. We want to have a mutually beneficial relationship with the other person. So all of these things are in our mind, but we just have to make sure now that when we are interacting somebody, the technicalities of interacting with them might change, but those goals don't change. So let's take face-to-face. I know that you would have seen online that we have a lot of different options now to greeting someone. So there's the fist pump, the elbow pump, the ankle pump, there's hands off, there's bowing to the other person. So which one do you choose and why? Okay, here's my take on it. Now, in the workplace, again, we want to make sure that I'm giving that great impression and that I do have a professionalism about it. So question to you, Is an ankle pump really the best of when you're thinking for professional interaction? I don't think so. So in a professional setting, my first choice really is a sort of a combination, not necessarily bowing as such, but perhaps a hands up and a physical action coming towards the person. Just as I would come towards the person if I were putting my hand out to them for a handshake. So it could be, again, something simple as, hello, good to see you again. Now, pause. What doesn't change as if I were doing a handshake is what is happening with my body language. So even if I was doing a fist pump or an elbow pump, my body language with my greeting does not change. I am making eye contact with the other individual. I am smiling, or at least I'm relaxing my facial muscles, and also my body is turned to the individual to show that they have my full attention and that I want to have this conversation with them, that I am happy to see them and meet with them and do business with them. So the key really is maintaining that positive body language. And this one calls for a high level of self-awareness, because it could be that you are meeting somebody and you are well prepared, you're doing your little forward like this and you think you have it covered, and the other person is looking at you like, what happened to you? You know, what's going on? Again, maintain that positive body language to make sure that you make that great first impression. As well, let's take online. So right now we have what is happening is called social distancing. So a lot of us might be now working remotely. We're going to be doing a lot more video calls, video conferencing, conference calls. And this is where we again want to master what is happening in our body language and with our voice. If you're doing a call which is non-video but it's with your voice, you really have to make sure that you are sending the right tone when you're making that call, because you don't have the body language to complement the message that you are trying to give. If I'm in front of you and we're talking, I'm making eye contact with you, I'm smiling, you can see my gestures, and all of this is complementing the overall message that I want to send. I don't have that when it's voice alone. So you really have to make sure for your non-video calls that the other person can tell that you are present, that you are not distracted, you're not doing anything else, and that you are happy to be there and work with them, do business with them. So make sure that it is reflected in your tone. When it comes to video calls, there might be some people who are completely accustomed to doing business that way, and for some people it will be new. It may be different to see yourself on camera, on video, on a screen. I would suggest that maybe you test it out a few times so that you're comfortable. You might realize that you actually, I don't want to say that you don't like, but that you are surprised how you look on camera. Don't be afraid to put a little powder if you need to, because you realize, again, I want to give that great impression. So with your video calls now, we have to again be very present. We are mastering both our body language as well as our tone, voice, words, etc. to make sure that the message comes through. You may even want to consider the lighting in the room, which can have a big impact on how you appear on camera, how alert you look on camera. So those are my tips, quick and easy tips for communicating in this COVID world until they have it sorted out and we can again meet lots more and be very comfortable meeting each other. So in closing, what you want to do is master your body language, master your tone. And of course, feel free to walk around with your hand sanitizer. I made mine at home. It's actually a lot cheaper and easier than you think. And make sure to be prepared at all times. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed my video this week and that it serves you well as you go out there and you practice being the master communicator that I know you are. Is absolutely no way that I could not end this video by not talking about something that is very exciting that is going to be happening in a few weeks' time. I'm going to be having 2 live free online events. So totally safe. We're not going to even be face to face. They are 100% free. I have been getting so many questions from you all, from my blog, from my newsletter, from all my interactions, lots of questions. I know that you want to know more about being a powerful communicator and living that high performance lifestyle. And both topics are so rich that I've decided to do 2 live online events. Please make sure, if you would like to sign up for that, I will be leaving details in the drop down box. Of course, you can just drop me a message and I'll make sure that you get on that listing so that you can register for these events. I'm going to be giving you lots more information, lots more tips than you would get in a video than in my newsletter. And of course, it's going to be live, so you can ask me questions and I will be here to answer them for you. So once again, look out for those details. I'm so excited. Just in a few weeks' time, my 2 live free online events. One on powerful communication, engaging communication, and the other one on living that high performance lifestyle. Great, everyone. Thanks so much.